Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, freaks, scallywags, people under the bridge, people who's in your bathroom, on your lunch break. This is the Bold Prediction Sports Media Podcast. I'm that dude with the beard. He's Mr. KC. We'll be back with another one, man. NFL action over the last few weeks. Needless to say, um, and beyond bewilderment, Mr. KC, it's the bewilderment.
It's week 16 that just happened. Look, we just seen a crazy week 16. We're here going into week 17, getting ready for these final two games before the playoffs. And we had some shockers. What can we say? We got shocked
I had
on
to
week
check to see if I
16.
was awake. Got to check to see if I was awake. Am I sleeping? I just, yeah. Let's go ahead and just dive on into it. Week 16, man. Well, needless to say, couple of games went as expected. The Rams looked strong going against the Saints. It's pretty much what we expected in that game because we knew the Saints just really didn't want to win the South, and they just pretty much made it obvious.
Yeah, and we've seen a big win. I want to give the Finns a shout out by beating the Cowboys. That was a tough kind of prove it kind of matchup. They haven't really beaten any good teams this year, and they finally got something on the resume. They can finally say, look, there was a contender over here. We did it. We did it. They did it. Finns for the
That's if
win.
you that's if you say Dallas is good. Like I keep saying all year Dallas ain't really got it, but I mean,
Hey, it's
hey,
a playoff team.
look, it's
You,
a playoff, right? I give you my hats off to you. I mean, you beat a team that's almost identical to yours. Like, anyway, either way, good win. Congratulations, fans. You just keep proving a divisional Dak. Jerry, you're gonna have to figure something out. Uh, Another win I was impressed with is the boy Rudolph. He took the Steelers
mm,
and took them to promise and stomped all over the other little backup in the Bengals, and we finally ended that hype train that was
a
going
little
on for
bit.
way too long. And had to snuff that fire on out. Mike Tomlin still coach of the year in my opinion. You gotta give it to him. At least he's got to be. I don't know how he's not a front runner if he's not.
The wildest part about this conversation. So you and I both have been on the Mike Tomlin Coach of the Year train. The wildest part about that statement to me is if you ask Steelers fans, they want to fire this man. They
Man,
want to let him go. They're done. They're done with Mike Tomlin, and we're
that's
sitting here
crazy.
going, round of applause, round of applause.
Look
And I
at what
want
he's
to tell,
done.
and it blows my mind. Look, he takes this roster, this particular roster, and especially at this point of the season, you
Man,
don't have your quarterback that you thought, even though he wasn't doing the greatest, he's
right,
he,
but he
he
had you in contention for first place for a while.
right. And look, that was the quarterback you're riding with. You give it of him. We're rolling with backups for weeks now, still
Weeks.
steady winning games, still making the playoffs. He's going to make the playoffs. And how do you fire a coach that takes this roster to the playoffs? And my
You know,
question that I can't get from a Steelers fan is which playoff team has a worse roster? Who
man,
who has it worse that managed to also make it? You're at the bottom of the barrel and you made it. Okay,
man.
let's get back on the Mike Tomlin Coach of the Year train. Is all I'm trying to say. Steelers fans, y'all need to ride a little better for me. We
Man,
we
because
we hype y'all up too much for that.
man, it's crazy. All he ever do is have winning seasons for y'all. I mean, I can understand wanting the Super Bowl and playoffs, but look at the hand he's dealt. Look at all the stuff that he's had to deal with, all the
Man,
divas, all the drama at wide receiver in particular. Like, dude, it's y'all should be kissing that man's boots. Because if Andy Reid wasn't in Kansas City, I'd take Mike Tomlin. He can come right on in.
right.
Send him on in. We'll have a plate of Gates waiting for him. Good night.
And I was thinking about Gates waiting for him. Uh, we got to give a shout out to the Patriots. Look, the news of the day: Russell Wilson is now benched after losing to the worst team in the NFL, the Patriots, or among the worst. There's arguments to be made there, but definitely a bottom five team. No argument there. Lost to them, got benched. There's reports that they might cut him in the offseason. Let us know in the comments. Are they cutting him? Are they trading him? What's going on with Russell Wilson? I don't understand any of it because they owe that man so much
85
money.
million. 85 million. And like I said, we talked about it here between him and Deshaun Watson, the worst two trades in NFL history. Look at the storyline between those two situations all year, dude. And now it's coming to the culmination. And what did I say earlier this year? I said, bro, don't be surprised if they cut ties with him and then just draft a dude they don't really have to pay for 5 years. Because what's the point? What's the point of keeping this dude if he's not gonna do what you paid him for? You might as well
But
cut
the
your ties and just be done with it, because the 85 million gone either way.
but my
So
problem
you,
is I honestly think this is actually disrespectful to Broncos fans. You realize you still have playoff chances, right? The
no, you
Chiefs
don't.
lose, which, well, technically they do. Technically,
Okay,
the Chiefs lose
okay.
two. The Chiefs lose two. They win two. They're in. They win the division. They could win the division.
No,
It's not impossible.
that thing's too late. We're 9-7
I mean,
at the moment, and they're what 7-9, ain't they? So I
yeah,
mean,
yeah.
so yeah, no, that thing is done and done. Yeah, we're gonna make it regardless. But I understand what you mean by the hope, because that's all it is. It's just hope, hoping and praying and wishing. But
Right.
we know the culmination of this thing. Denver's not making the playoffs. This was forecasted back in the preseason. Let's not
It was.
let's hunker down. Let's just settle in and just you
And
know.
I also want to give a shout out to all of our Broncos fans that decided to make comments questioning our predictions. And notice
Oh,
I had them going six, maybe seven wins. And look where we're at. And it looks like I'm going to hit that bad boy spot on. And all this talk about how we're just biased. Look, we're not biased. If we thought the Broncos could easily win this division in any form or fashion,
we
we
tell you.
would say it. We'd tell you.
I would tell you. I would just straight up tell you. But look at the roster and look at the quarterback. Like I said, trash all the way around. And I'm sorry that you got to keep going through obscurity, but we've been through it for almost 50 years, so I just don't feel too bad. I just don't. I'm sorry. Um, Shout out to your boy. This is for you, John. Y'all still, what you say? He paying off old debts, so y'all
Mm.
square that away. Get it together, like I told y'all weeks ago. Like the Chargers are doing. Throw that dynamite in the front office, like I've been saying, and blow that thing up. It's the only way. It's the only way.
Well, they kind of have to. The Chargers got cap problems. The Broncos are going to have unbelievable cap problems. You cut Wilson, like just saying it out loud, like
Right.
you're just riding away $30 million a year for 2 years,
Dude,
just gone,
my
just
thing
paying
is
nothing.
you're wasting money with them. But my thing is, it's like a divorce. You'd rather pay the money and be done and get your new thing than to just linger on paying, playing, just sit on playing what they say. Oh God, I forgot the phrase right now, but just passing the time pretty much. Like, I mean, what you just gonna have him sit there? I wouldn't even want him to groom my next quarterback. Like, I mean, what is there to
Mm,
groom?
right? Teach
This is
teach you
just
bad
showing.
habits.
This is just right. This is just showing, like I keep saying, Pete Carroll, the coaches matter. Pete Carroll was the brains out there in Seattle. That's why I keep telling Gino and Seattle are well on their way to the playoffs with the same record. Well, not the same record. They got more wins than losses. What they 9-7 now, 8-7. But we'll get to that sooner than that. But at the end of the day, coaching matters. Definitely players and plays, but coaching matters. So Sean Payton's proven another point for me. And I already knew what it was with Russell Wilson. So good night.
Mm. Still going to go down as a terrible, terrible trade.
One of the top two
Oh,
words. It's either 1A or 1B.
right. We're still, look, your guy's getting cut before my guy is. So maybe,
Right.
maybe that proves, maybe it proves it. We got to
Ooh.
see what happens to old Deshaun Watson in the
Especially
offseason.
Joe Flacco, boy, if he getting these off, they go
Man,
crazy. Oh, oh.
I'm going to
Boy,
really
watch them
need,
mess around. They gonna mess around and beat Baltimore, and then open the door back for Kansas City to ride on back in, get into the
mm,
spot. Yes, Lord. But anyway,
w-
another win impressed. Speaking of Baltimore, is the win over the Niners.
whew,
Absolutely throttled and destroyed these men. And it was kind of my expectation. You know, if you've been watching the show, I like the Niners. I like the roster. I just do not like Brock Purdy. I'm not a Brock Purdy aficionado. Anytime, like I said, he plays a team with any real salt, this is the result. I literally say it every time. They get blown out. And they got blew out. And if I was wrong, y'all can just tell me where I'm wrong. Anytime it happened, like I said, even last year, played us smacked. Played
I
uh,
th-
played the
but
Eagles
he,
smacked.
well, he played the Eagles this year, looked pretty decent. You know,
Right, but the
he's,
Eagles don't have it though. I
but
keep
the
telling
Brock,
that too.
the thing about Brock Purdy is I want to call him Alex Smith light. Okay,
But
this is
that's
not
too
a
disrespectful because
no,
Alex
it's
Smith don't go
light.
out like
Like
that.
he's not Alex Smith. I didn't call him Alex Smith, but he just reminds you of a poor man's version. You know, he's not really carrying a team to win a game, but he's not really the reason he lost either. You know, it kind of goes both ways. Now, if he was good as Alex Smith, he probably might have won that game. But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he's still a young guy. You know, Alex Smith had some rough years too early on,
Yeah, but
especially with the 49ers.
right, but if Alex Smith would have came into a situation like Brock Purdy, with an actual coach who's going to be there next year, and the year after, and the year after, and the year after for starters, and not four different coaches in four different years
Right.
when you first starting, and that talent pool, good night. Alex Smith had these Niners in the Super Bowl almost every year.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna
You
lie.
seen him when
I
he
may
has
not be
them
able
out
to
there
throw
too.
very. I can't throw very good, but I can guarantee you I can hand the ball off to Christian McCaffrey just like he does.
I'm trying to tell you right in the gullet. Boom. Here you
Right.
go.
Boom! Get it, get it,
I'm
CMC,
trying to
get it.
tell
Well, oh
I'm trying
damn!
to
Look
tell
at us
you.
winning.
I'm trying to tell
Thank
you.
you, Trent.
I'm gonna be like Ed Helms in radio. Look, I'm gonna give you this ball and I don't want to see nothing but the back of your jersey. Just get on out
Mm.
of here. Yes, sir.
Well, speaking of getting on out of here, we do need to bring up the old black eye of the room. Sunday, or it's not Sunday. Excuse me. Christmas
What?
morning, 1 o'clock Eastern time was the
Yeah, the
beginning of my
trifle.
heartbreak of a rough Christmas. It made it all. You know, it was a great Christmas before that. You know, the boy got great presents. Everyone was excited. Family was coming over, and Chiefs offense can't score nothing. Can't. Matter of fact, they were
Let's
probably
talk
better
about it.
at making the Raiders score than they were themselves score. You know,
Because the Raiders
you
offense only scored 6 points.
6 points
That's it.
and like 65 yards was what O'Connell did, and it was in the first quarter. His whole passing production, whole 65 yards that you lose to. How do you lose to a quarterback that throws for 65 yards? Like let's like
When
I
you have a
understand we
quarterback who's playing terrible and playing sloppy, it doesn't even seem like he doesn't even want to throw the ball anymore. But when he does, he'd rather throw it to the other team. That pick six
oh,
was just totally inexcusable, dude. Especially when Justin Ross was on the next level, wide open. It's like I I get it, but I don't get it, dude. Just throw the ball to the dude whoever's open. Just throw it. Either you're not looking like, either your confidence is so shook in these boys that it's just got you playing terrible. But we
I
expect
think
more than
that's
that from Patrick Mahomes.
well. I mean, it's hard to blame the man. To be honest with you, to be shook and had lost confidence, like you're talking about throws that he would normally have no problem making, but he's got to have that slight thought in the back of his head is, I can hit you. I'm gonna hit you with this ball, physically hit you with this ball, and you ain't even gonna bother catching it. You might
Right,
not even be looking at it when I hit you. Like
right.
how are you the only one in this whole thing that doesn't know that you're a receiver? You know,
Man,
and it's just it's this
and it's
playoff.
top to bottom, and it starts with Travis Kelsey too, because he's been
Was,
playing the worst football that I've seen. Like I can't remember the last time he even got close to the end zone. He's dropping
that's,
passes. Like I said, he's got too comfortable. I don't know what's going on with Trav, but he ain't killer Trav right now. Not like how he's been.
well, we got to also remember the man is 35 years old. You know, we gotta start being a look. It is not normal for a tight end to have 1,000 yards every year, back to back to back to back to back to back to back. I mean, you start saying that, and it's like, who else has done it? Nobody. No, like you got to start cutting the numbers in half before you can say, yeah, that's probably a similar guy.
Right.
You know, and unfortunately, we're going to learn that. You know, it's tough for me because I see Rice. He's going to have similar production numbers as Juju did. So where's the real drop off? The only weapons we had last year was Juju and Kelsey. Like, if we're going to be honest, and it was still enough to get done. So I think that drop in Kelsey's performance is you kind of feeling it because
Yeah.
that Juju's level of performance is suddenly not enough. You know,
Right.
we're missing Tyreek Hill right now. If we're honest,
Oh no, no. Is that everybody always try to boil this down to Tyreek Hill and acting like he wasn't one of the biggest drop passes. Or he was dropping passes like it was fashionable, and even in big
he did
situations. So I
sometimes.
mean, this is no. This is when we as an organization miss a GM who could draft a skilled position player, wide receiver, because he had more
He
than
hit
enough
one,
opportunity to get somebody else, to have a guy for this exact moment. And all the guys that we've been getting has been total bust. So I can't
except
say
for
it's just
Rice.
a missed Tyreek Hill situation because, like I said, he'd be out there dropping passes too, even out there, even down there in Miami. So I
True,
mean, yeah, yeah,
but he's still.
you missed the
But
80
even
yard
with the
bomb for
drop,
sure.
but I'd say even with the drop passes, he's still approaching 2,000 yards. Like you can't ignore
Yeah,
that. Even
for
with the
sure.
drop, you take away the drops, and he's
Sure, but
already at.
he has enough talent around him. It's not like he's just down there doing it by himself. He has enough talent around him to allow him to get
Mm,
open to get these
mm,
2,000 yards. Jalen
kind
Waddle's
of.
not a star.
He's pretty good.
Most are
He's
not
legit.
good.
He's good.
Their running backs not like. Come on, what are
He's
we doing?
good.
These are supposed to be your guys. You should know.
It is. It is. But
Okay,
like, I'll,
then.
I'll say that, like, if you ask me who I'm taking Kelsey over Waddle, I'm taking Kelsey. If you're telling me who am I taking between Tua and Mahomes, I'm taking Mahomes. You know, I might take Mozart over obviously Clyde,
Because I'm about to say,
probably
because you're right.
probably
So where you go?
Pacheco.
You mixing up positions. This whole thing is sticky. I'm taking everybody that they got in Miami, and I would just add Patrick Mahomes because, like I said, if this is the production we gonna get from Travis Kelsey, they can keep that. They can
Mm,
keep that. But
yeah,
like
maybe
you
I'd
said,
have
he's
to.
35.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you just ignore the age thing,
Man,
like obviously.
I'm not. I'm the age ain't even a thought in my mind when it comes to Travis Kelsey's play. It's that look like he don't want to be out there. Is what I
Well,
see.
the problem is you can't be
He
out there
got that
alone.
billionaire cat, and he ain't worried about
Well,
that. He ready for
well,
retirement. They
I
can give him some
mean,
little Swifties.
let's be honest. You got $1 billion cat at home.
Man,
Whew,
I'm
it might
saying, you
be
know what?
might be might be hard for me to clock in against that 325-pound lineman
That's what I'm
that just want to
saying.
hit me
He done
15
sent that
times a
text
day.
message to Pat on the secret text straight to him, Pat, man, I don't want to play no more, man. He said,
I might
I'm about
be,
to have some kids. Me and Taylor already, I got this house out here. This is gonna be our
man.
Kansas City home. We'll be back and shit, but we gonna be good.
I don't
No,
know.
for me, man,
I think
he looks
Kelsey and
done,
Swift.
man. I hope
I
not,
think
but he
I think Kelsey and Swift are Audi 5000 once he hangs it up. I have trouble believing he'll still live in the Kansas City area, as much as I wish he would or whatnot. But he's got family in Cleveland. Taylor Swift got enough money to put them anywhere. And let's be honest, that ain't Kansas City.
who knows, man? There's billionaires here. Patrick Mahomes ain't going nowhere. He
There
gonna be
is.
here for the past year. This is gonna be all right. Like I said, this is the mega city now. Taylor like it. That's why she can't stop coming.
Well, I don't know if that's why she can't stop coming, but
Hey, Kansas City always on her tour slate. I'm sure she always
yeah,
makes a
yeah.
stop.
Yeah, Kansas City ain't never getting missed ever again. I promise you that much. Guarantee you. You might see 3 shows on one tour, you know what I mean, every couple months.
Man, but bottom line is Patrick Mahomes is looking like Paul Crew out there, and this looks just like a Matt Nagy esque offense. A struggling kind of situation, plays that don't make absolutely no sense. Like you started the game literally throwing the same pass just on different sides, which just absolutely makes no sense to me. You abandon the run so much, it's laughable when you actually do try to settle in with it. Like
I
it's just
honestly
it's
believe,
all going down with Nagy Town. I think he's out of here. Lord, yeah, I would never hope that a man loses his job, but you've been hearing the rumblings. If they get rid of Eric Bieniemy, if Andy Reid ain't on his line, the next minute, as soon as he hang up, Andy Reid need to be in call waiting. Like, hey man, I need you to come back because these dudes, they out here, they ain't got no respect. Boy, ain't nobody tough no
right?
more. He gonna have to come in and steal on somebody and then get that thing rolling. Like, I don't know what needs to happen, but we need the Bieniemy effect. Good. And I wish we'd have
I
never
mean,
got rid
something.
of it. No, for real.
Well,
But I
I've
know
heard
he
the
wanted to get
argument for
out
that.
there.
I've heard the argument for that is we miss his discipline. He was the kind of guy to make sure that you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing at all times. We're hard nosed, one of those coaches. Make sure you tie a shoe. You got gum in your mouth. What are you doing? Kind of guy. Like
Right.
just in your butt all the time, making sure. As an army guy, my drill sergeant did the same thing to us. It was the attention to detail things. It was the attention to
Exactly.
detail that gets you killed. And
Exactly.
as if you can't notice you got to do every little thing. And it's hard to do, but you're a professional.
Exactly. It's what they're paying you those millions and hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on your contract. Either way, it's why you're getting paid more than the average Joe. And so you need to be doing exactly what you need to be doing. That's why, like I said, I thought they was grooming him to be the next coach of the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm just so surprised that they actually let him go. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully they done wised up. They get him back in here, put him back at assistant coach. And like I said, when Andy's ready to hang it up, we know we've got a guy who's gonna be in everybody's face, so to speak. But he knows how to run this thing, dude. So
That's
good.
if he doesn't get lucky and end up with like the Carolina job or something. There could be a few head coaching vacancies this off season
I
that
could see him even trying to go to Denver. He wasn't he a
right.
Bronco? No,
They're
he was
not
a
going to get rid
Charger.
of.
I mean, yeah, he could
Yeah,
go
they're not.
either. There's
Could
three
go the
AFC jobs
Chargers.
almost at this point. Because well, they'll probably give what's his name the job, Antonio Pierce. Maybe they'll hire him on
Oh, for
full
the
time.
Raiders, I think
Yeah,
they should. The reason they probably do is because they are stuck paying coaches that are
yeah,
not like they're still paying John Gruden. Like
Right.
his coaching, his paychecks are still like you just got a lot of. It might be good to have a cheap head coach.
Right.
AP ain't gonna break the bank on you. You know what I mean? He's gonna be a very reasonably priced coach,
Right.
and that might be what the Raiders are looking for right now.
Yeah, it's got to be because, like I said, the dynamite needs to go off. They just need to blow that thing up, trade Devontae across the water to Kansas City in a blockbuster deal,
Mm.
and then let that thing ride, so to speak.
Things
But
that'll never
anyway,
happen, but we can dream about. Right?
right. Only can be hopeful, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Hopefully, like I said, somebody can learn how to tell Veach to draft some kind of skill position at wide receiver because good Lord Almighty. Um, let's just jump on into it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into the Week 17 picks here. We're going to start off with the annual Jeff Bezos, Amazon Prime Time, garbage time on one side. We got the New York Jets versus the Cleveland Browns. And it's probably going to be a throttling. If Joe Flacco keeps playing the way he's been playing, he's playing like he's trying to see Baltimore in the playoffs and show you, like, hey, boy, y'all got rid of me a
Man,
little bit too soon. But, I know Lamar's your guy, but let me just show you a little something. I got the Browns in this one, and I've never been more excited to pick them because Deshaun
yeah,
Watson's not playing, and they actually got a guy I got a little respect for. So let's go,
and
Flacco.
and you're not gonna believe this, folks. This is the second time this year we've had our first consensus pick for the Browns. Shout out Joe Flacco, man. God,
Yeah.
woo, boy, he gets you
Yes,
excited to
sir.
watch the Browns, and I hope we
Even
do get
got
to see
David
him
and
play the
Joku
Ravens.
playing good, boy. He got them dudes
Mm,
out here catching, slinging that thing.
mm,
What they were hoping they was gonna get from Deshaun. Ooh,
mm.
now you got a $300 million backup, and the
To a
cap,
guy that was
and,
on the couch.
dude, on the couch just watching. He said, "I'll come in
Mm.
and do this right now." And I don't know why the Jets didn't sign him when they had a chance. I know the coach talking about, oh, it was an organizational decision. I said, man, you should have put your foot down because if he was
Well,
going to be playing like that, he could have had them Jets rolling too, who arguably,
well, in their defense, it's been a long time since we've seen Joe Flacco throwing the rock like that. So,
oh
uh,
yeah, I understand.
I, I I think he's in that I ain't got nothing to lose attitude, and that seems to be a dangerous
And
Flacco.
thank you, and that's what I'm saying, dude. He's like, yeah, like you always say, the dude from The Replacement, Keanu Reeves' character. They're
Right?
like, I'm about to come out here and do it.
He does kind of
Ooh,
look like his retarded cousin.
man, right. He has what I call the Manning effect in the head, and we all know what that
Man,
is. So,
he does. He does.
so yeah, but that big head man getting it done, and like I said, you heard it here, folks, for the second time in all of history. We both picked the Cleveland Browns to win a football game. So shout out only because of Big Flacco. The original is he the original Big Trust? Big Flacco? Is he really Big
I mean,
Flacco? He trying to show off.
he's
He said,
trying to
I'm the
show
last one
out.
to get you a ring, boy. I'm Big Flack.
Put some respect on my name.
Oh God, he reminded me of Eli so much.
He said, I just pulled up to tell you, put some respect on my name.
Put some respect on that. You see me? All right, yeah. Next game we got here. Excuse me. The only Saturday game this week. We have Saturday night prime time, which should be a good game. We'll see. The Detroit Lions versus the Dallas Cowboys. And Mr. KC, who you got going into that?
Ooh, this is a tough one. This is two teams that I'm not a fan of, but I like to root
You
for.
like him?
You know, I like them. And this is uh it's tough for me because my heart says obviously pick the Lions. Like
Right.
just and then
Just
then my
do
brain's
it.
like, what happens every time you pick the Lions? But I'm gonna do it because I got my shout out Detroit. They made the
Yes, sir.
playoffs. First time
They
since
did.
1990. What was it? Three. Shout out
93.
Teacher Talking Sports. He did a video on it today, and I really thought that sometime during the Matthew Stafford Megatron area they had made the playoffs, but apparently that was a pipe dream of mine because
Mm-mm.
1993.
Always either close or a game away or a play away, or they'll win a game, but then they need another team to lose and they squeak out the miracle. Like, it's been so much, dude. So much.
Man,
Megatron wouldn't even talk about it in the tweets.
only three players alive were three players on the Lions team were alive when that happened.
Good night. That's crazy.
Ooh, yeah, it made me feel old. I was like, oh no.
Boy, ain't that crazy? Good night. But yeah, I'm actually right there with you. I think we're starting to see the true divisional back, and the Cowboys come out, which I always expect. I'm just, they just a little bit later in the season for me this year. I thought it would have happened a little earlier, but I'm going with the Lions too. They're just a better team, straight up and down, in my opinion.
uh, I think Cowboys
So
defense pretty killer, but I mean, Lions got an okay defense too. So
right, and Dallas will, let you get blown out, or they'll let the Cardinals beat them because they, some days they just decide they're not playing. So there's
yeah,
that. The next game we got on the slate, the first of the 12 o'clock games on this Sunday, which seems to be the slobber knocker. Um, we got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Miami Dolphins. And if anybody on this planet think that these Ravens ain't about to swoop in and get them a little dolphin chunk, you gotta be crazy. And of course I'm going with Big Trust, my boy Big Trust, the second best quarterback in the NFL. Big Trust. I've been saying it for years. I always keep talking about it. I keep telling. It's like I'm the only person who had to keep reminding people he was unanimous MVP. Big Trust over the Dolphins. It's just is clear cut, and I want the Dolphins to lose anyway because why let them win? Go Big Trust.
it ain't no lie. Oh, this is a back to back tough games for me. You know,
It
I'm
is.
I'm also I'm high on Lamar Jackson. I'm high on the Ravens. You know, we both said it before this season. A lot of people sleeping on the Ravens. Look, there's a lot of GMs that have the potential to sign Lamar Jackson that need to be fired tomorrow. Like let's just be honest. Y'all over here pounding out your chest. Oh, I don't want nothing to do with Lamar. I don't want nothing to do with Lamar. If you were in the conversation of drafting Lamar and you said I don't want him or signing him,
Right. And
gone.
and this is just to add on to your point. It's the Jets two times. That's two quarterbacks already. Two of them already because you wanted A Ron. That's two of them already.
Right.
Clearly, you done made three quarterback mistakes this season. You went and got a guy
But
who stays high and don't want to play. You could have had the only unanimous MVP who's not Tom Brady that actually still plays, and then you could have got Big
mm,
Flack, who probably could have saved your season. So, like I said, I don't know who's running the show out there. Like your defensive skills, your prowess is unbelievable. You need to let somebody else do that. Let somebody else handle that offense because you almost losing your job, fam. That's three in a row. If I can, you'd be out of here if it was me. But you lucky it ain't me. Good night.
and just to clarify, I am picking the Dolphins. So
Oh, you
with all
said
that
fins
said,
for the win still. Look,
Fins for
I'm
the win
glad you
still.
did that because we can't have three consecutive. Let's go big
Right.
truck. Every time I pick the Dolphins to lose, sometimes they actually do it. So let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Sometimes.
Boom, 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 boom. Next game we got here, which is my upset pick of the week, the New England Patriots versus the Buffalo Bills. And who better to beat the Bills late again in the season, like I said they would, than the New England Patriots? Because for some reason, they got Buffalo's number, they know their address, they know what they cooking for dinner. For some reason, New England just be all over them. And they coming off a win against Denver, so they already a little bit excited. They probably playing with a little more sauce. I'm going with the Patriots in the upset because, like I always say, the Bills just really don't have it. They've been sneaking wins. You beat the Chargers, congratulations, who has no soul, no quarterback, no spirit at all. Now you're about to play a spirited Patriot team with a good defense and a quarterback who can get it done because he just showed he could. So let's do it. I'm going with the Pats.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I'm going to go with the heavy favorite here. I haven't looked at the odds yet, but I already know the Bills got to be heavy favorites here. Um, I'm going to ride with the Bills just because it's a safe pick. I hope I am wrong. I
Every
truly
time you
do.
ride with the Bills and I tell you not to, they lose. So I'm glad you
Well
actually
then,
picked them.
I'm
Let's
glad I picked them
go.
too. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go. The
Yes,
Bills are
sir.
awesome. They're awesome. I'm
Bro,
gonna do my Jordan Love strategy. He's
bro, that's what I'm
awesome.
saying. Hey, don't let it backfire though, because it
Uh,
did kind of give him a few string wins. He beat you. You know what you always say, man. He beat
no,
the measuring stick.
yeah, and then I started giving him his due props because he's a great, fantastic quarterback. The exact opposite of what I said he was, and he started losing again. So let's keep the hype train going. Choo choo! I'm all
Yes,
aboard. Go Jordan Love.
yes, sir.
Better than Favre.
Future. Whew, not yet.
Oh no.
Next game
Listen.
available we got the Atlanta Falcons versus the Chicago Bears. And
Mm.
this is a tough game for me to pick on because I really had the Falcons making the playoffs and they're still in contention. They're 7-8. They still got a shot, thankfully because they're in the NFC South. Bears, on the other hand, they've been getting a few wins. They're 6-9, so the season's pretty much done. I think Atlanta has more to play for, so I'm going to go with the Falcons in this game because the playoff hope is still there.
There is playoff hope still in Atlanta for no reason. It's Tampa Bay that's
I'm,
going to take it. But
yeah,
I mean,
more
it's
than likely.
still. I mean, if you pull out the calculator, you can add some numbers together to get there. You know, but man, the Bears have just been on such an upset. We're a garbage team. We're supposed to lose, so we won kind of streak that I think they play spoiler. I don't know what it is. They don't. They need to lose. Like, let's be honest. Get the draft pick, lose. But I don't see them being a Broncos fan and throwing in the towel, even though that's what they could do.
Right.
So
So
give me the Bears. I'm gonna ride with Justin Fields. He's he's playing for a job.
I hear you. Well, he's not playing for a job. He's not going anywhere. I don't know where you're getting that notion. They love Justin Fields.
Mm.
The fans love him. Like I said, he needs some weapons. Marvin Harrison Jr. would be the perfect addition, but that's a whole
Nope,
nother story.
nope. He's already taken. He's off the board. We're
He's
not
not
doing
off the
that.
board. He's not even coming out yet. So we'll
No,
talk about the future.
he's supposed to go to the Chiefs. He does not belong in Chicago.
I,
Let's not ruin that
as
man's
long as we
life.
got Brett Veach, man,
We ain't getting
we'll
him.
see.
You're right.
Right,
You're
because
right.
dude, every time, that's why you think I watch Seattle play all the time. I just watch DK Metcalf, and I always just think,
Mm.
what if that was red and gold he was wearing? Mm.
Well, you found someone that ran a tenth of a second faster, so clearly he's
Right. So clearly, 6 inches shorter. Clearly, he's the better
right.
guy,
Yeah,
huh?
clearly.
Oh God. Anyway, next game we got the laughable Tennessee Titans against still playoff hungry and the AFC South hopeful Houston Texans. Um, this is a game that I really like the Texans to win because they need to win it to keep that playoff thing rolling. And so I'm gonna go with them. Will Levis and them. I mean, yeah, but not now. It's over. 10 losses. You're not
Um,
going anywhere. Just ride into the sunset. Get you a nice little pick, maybe a good little safety finally, or maybe another wide receiver. But it's a wrap. Texans win. Move on to 9-7. Probably get control of the AFC South, depending on what Jacksonville do.
I just feel like the Titans are going to play spoiler. They've been doing it all
Yeah, a lot of
season. They say,
spillovers.
you know what, we suck, but you know what, we're going to make your day, make you feel how we feel every day. We're going to make you lose this time, and I think that's what they do. I think they get it done. Give me
Okay,
Derrick
well,
Henry.
We'll just have to keep the door. We'll keep the light on for her. Next game we got here, which a team who actually could have some playoff implications still. Another AFC South team, actually against the team who's riding high on the biggest win of their season. We got the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Colts. And
Mm,
this should almost be a great game. It should be chippy, maybe, but I still expect the Colts to win this game. I don't think they'll pussyfoot around like the Chiefs did. I'm pretty sure they'll probably just stamp this thing on down and keep it rolling. Like I said, and try to win that AFC South because all of these teams are literally 8-7. Like whoever wins these few games is going to win the South. So Jacksonville's only got what they got the tiebreaker over. Oh, I gotta go and look and see. But like I said, this thing's up for grabs. Long story short, that
yeah.
and probably a wild card spot. So like I said, more to play for. I think the Colts win.
And I'm actually right there with you. Look, if the Colts don't give 2 turnovers for points, they'll win this game.
Right,
65 passing yards for the Raiders
right,
last week.
right.
65.
Man,
Give me the Colts.
yeah. Moving on to the next game, and which seems to be the last round of AFC South because they're giving us to a back to back to back to back. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Carolina Panthers. And like my boy Trevor
Mm,
Lawrence was saying last week, he said it looked like we don't even practice, man. Like I don't know
mm,
what's going on with Android. Dr. Jerome, aka Doug Peterson, need to get this thing together because, dude, it could be your job on the bubble that end up being gone to Eric Bieniemy or somebody or somebody else from the Reed tree, or if Mike Thomas seriously get ousted out of uh out of the Steelers, I can see him down in Jacksonville, get him a little retirement property, get him a
mm,
quarterback, and turn that
mm.
thing upside down, boy. So Jacksonville, this is a must-win game because you're playing the Panthers. If you lose
It
this
is.
game, Doug Peterson, you're probably gone, regardless of being 8-8. And still in one game in playoff contention, you'd probably go. So
Yeah, and
I got the Jags.
it's wild to say that because he had such a great season last year. And you think that'd buy him a little bit of time, but let's be completely honest. You lose to the Carolina Panthers, I'm gonna hop on the you should go, Dougie. Like I like you, Dougie P. Don't get it mistaken. I'm a fan,
Man, I am.
but you lose the Panthers.
Man, it's time to
Mm,
go.
that's my
Time
little
to
son.
go.
My son likes to say, "You gotta oof. You gotta oof that man. He's oof. We done.
Right.
Kill that." Ugh.
We'll see. Hopefully, Android 17 can pull something out. Next game we got here, which I'm really expecting to be a blowout. We got the Rams versus the Giants. Little Danny DeVito, his magic's run out. He's on the bench now. The Rams are still looking like like they on the form, like they can really get into these offs and make some noise. I'm going with the Rams.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this got to be probably one of the locks of the week, right? Like you got to feel pretty strong about this. I mean, the Giants played teams tough, though. I mean, they were right there with the Philadelphia Eagles last week, so it's not impossible. But
But like I
if
said, man, I don't. The Eagles don't even have the same spirit as the Rams. I think the Eagles don't want to see the Rams in the playoffs because they know they're probably going to lose. Dude. The Rams, for something, they got this tenacity about them right now, and their offense, dude, is looking amazing. Like I said, went toe to toe with Baltimore down to the end, dude. Like I said, that's still the most impressive. It was like she said, you got to say impressed in a loss. That's the most impressive loss that I've seen, dude. Like down to the wire. It took a miracle play for them to lose that game, but yeah, I'm Rams all day, all day.
yeah,
Next game we got, ladies and gentlemen, which should be what you would think is a blow, but probably really on my upset alert again. We got the Arizona Cardinals versus the Eagles, and I'm actually going to pick the Cards. Like I said, there's something going on in Eagle Town, something that we don't know about. Look, you making all these faces, all these L's that have been piling up for them. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another one. If it happened to Kansas City, it can definitely happen to Philadelphia.
You know, very soon we will be selling stickers, and one of the stickers that we will be selling is one of our favorite phrases: "Better than a buy." That is what the Philadelphia Eagles are doing this week. It's better than a buy. Simple as that. Like I'm oof. I don't put no. I don't even know what to say about picking the Cardinals. I'm like flabbergasted over here. Didn't expect
I'm
that
not
one.
my upset alerts have been smacking these last few weeks.
They do
I'm
smack.
telling you because
They
these
smack.
Eagles these Eagles don't. Like I said,
Look,
we'll see. Like I said, it's the second upset alert because there's got to always be two. Well, really a third one coming up too.
I
Uh,
mean, I got a feling you put five on that, they'll give you $1 million. Like
I
they're
think I am
just.
going to put five on that, and we're going to see for she's. The next game we got here, which is a kind of a clash, NFC South. We got the Saints and the Buccaneers, and I think that Baker go ahead and take this win, and the Bucks move on. Like I said, Derek Carr clearly don't want it. We thought NFC Carr was going to do it for him. Not happening. Good night.
Yep. And if you look at our phone number for the call-in show, it is an 813 number for a reason. Let's go Tampa. Let's go Baker. Let's get hype. This Baker out here reemerging.
Man, like I said, another looking back situation in Cleveland
Mm,
again. Come on,
probably be looking real
maybe we
good.
moved on too quick.
Wouldn't have cost you
Man,
half as much. You could have kept Baker.
half as
You can't tell
much
me. You can't tell me that wouldn't have been a better move.
because he's still playing.
Mm.
So there's that. So next one we got on the slate here, we got the San Francisco 49ers versus the Washington Commanders. This should be a win for the Niners, unless the Commanders just somehow come out and win. But yeah, it's probably going to be San Fran.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, give
mean,
me San Fran. You know what it is. It's my Super Bowl pick. I'm gonna ride with them.
whew, can't wait for Purdy to let. The next game
Mm,
we got here, which is really a playoff implication battle, so it's probably going to be a good game. We got our pick for Coach of the Year, Mike Tomlin's Pittsburgh Steelers, against my Super Bowl pick, Pete Carroll and the Seattle Seahawks. And dude, 305. I gotta go with the Seahawks, Pittsburgh. I know that y'all my guys. I've been rocking with you, but Seattle's going to the bowl, baby, and they gotta get this win too.
they
And
need it
the
so
way
bad.
DK, do I say the way DK and them been playing recently, I don't think y'all can stop them. I think that train is rolling. Pete Carroll's like, all right, tell me y'all done lost enough. Now we need everything. We need
Right.
we have that's it.
They've been in playoff
They're in
games for
everything
5 weeks.
mode.
Yeah,
Right.
it's been
Exactly.
playoff
They're in
games for five
playoff
weeks
mode.
now. Yeah.
Right. So I got the Seahawks in this game because like I tried to be telling Mr. KC, man, you just got to go with the superior bird, man. You got to
Mm,
go with them Seahawks. They killed them Eagles the other day.
yeah, and I hate
Seahawks,
picking
baby.
this. And this is another one of those examples. I hate the Seahawks. So if I could not pick them, I would. But that's not. We give accurate bold predictions. So
Right.
or we try to.
Try to
So
stay in the realm.
yeah, yeah. And so give me the sea chickens for the win.
Oh, no, I don't think they heard you. You said you wanted who out there?
The sea chickens. The
Oh, okay. Seahawks. Got you. Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The big
Get the
birds out
seagulls.
there. The big birds. Yeah. Okay. So we got next on the slate here. Uh a garbage time bowl for sure. Another one of those who cares. It's the Chargers versus the Broncos. And I'm gonna pick the
Mm.
Chargers just because like I always say I refuse to pick the Broncos and that's just pretty much that.
Well, you got to pick the Chargers. The Broncos aren't even picking the Broncos right now. They threw in the towel.
Right.
Look, oh, we might be able to make the playoffs. We better start losing. Sit down, Russ. No more
Man,
cooking. Jeez
man.
Louise. Jeez Louise. You can't make this up if you tried.
No, you sure couldn't. So we're in consensus. We're going bolt up. The next game here, we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Kansas City Chiefs. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, buckle in. It might be Bengal time. Uh, the way the Chiefs been playing, the way Patrick Mahomes look, showing that he'll lose to a third stringer. He can't outscore a third stringer. He couldn't even, or maybe he did outscore him by 1 point because he did get the extra point. Uh, but then no, Patrick did throw what? He threw 2 touchdowns. He had to pick six. So, uh, I'm still gonna have to pick Kansas City, man, reluctantly,
Oof.
and that's the first time I'll ever say it live. Reluctantly, I'm picking the Chiefs because in my heart of hearts, my heart is just like the situation there with him and the Lions. In my heart, I'm like, dude, like these Bengals probably gonna win this game the way Kansas City's playing. But my mind is like, dude, you better pick Kansas City, man, because they're playing for more. But at the same time, since the Broncos officially given up, the West is locked. So let's go Chiefs. Come on, man. Let's just go
Yeah,
Chiefs. Come on,
yeah,
man.
this game locks it up for the Chiefs. I'm hyped for this game. There's few teams in the NFL I like beating more than the Cincinnati Bengals, and I'm ready for the Kansas City Chiefs to show Browning he ain't shit. So here we go, folks. Let's get hyped. Let's get excited. It is NFL football. I'm just, it's hard for me to doubt these Chiefs, and it ain't starting this week. I tell you that much.
I gotta be objective. I gotta take it for what it is. Ooh. But yeah, it's gonna be a good one because, like I said, I can't imagine the Chiefs blowing these guys out. But I can so see Jamar Chase trying to get off. So we'll see what
Mm.
happens here. But
Chiefs,
luckily, we got
Chiefs,
the best
Chiefs by 20.
defense. Chiefs
Chiefs
by
by
20.
20.
I like it. I like it. So the last game on the slate, the night game, which could have small playoff implications because it's NFC. We got Jordan Love's Green Bay Packers against whoever is quarterback in the Minnesota Vikings right now. Because that thing is so turned upside down. TJ Hawkinson's done. He's on IR. So that's the big blow, pretty much the ultimate blow to your offense. He was really the thing that kept that thing churning. I'm going with Jay Love and the Pack, of course, in this one. Um, yeah, I just can't pick the Kings of the North formally.
Uh,
Come on. Come on.
uh,
Come on. Come on.
Jordan Love is an amazingly awesome
There
quarterback.
we go.
Uh,
Come on.
he's so fantastic. He's great. I'm still going to pick the Vikings, but Jordan Love is fantastic. Go, Jordan
Ooh.
Love.
Ooh. Thank
That's
you
all
for
I'm
your
going to say about
praises.
that, man. I'd love to talk bad about him, but you can't talk about bad about a good quarterback. So shout out Jordan
Ooh.
Love. Shout out the
Man.
Vikings for proving my theory right.
Man. Because, like I said, once he beat Pat, the sky's the limit.
It's all open
So,
from there.
yeah. So, we got the Sunday night game on the books here. And I don't think there's a Monday night this week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I don't think so. Let me view their schedule here. But I think we've counted them all up here.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So they're counting the Saturday game as what would have been the Monday night,
the Monday.
according to the
Yeah,
prime time. Yeah. So
I
it'll
think we're
be
getting.
your Lions and your Cowboys.
Mm,
So
and that's a
that'll be
pretty
the one.
decent. That's a good game. That'll be a good
Yeah,
game.
especially on a Saturday. That's really good.
Yeah.
You get that's something else to watch besides UFC right there.
Right. And I mean, we got a big bowl game coming up this weekend.
We do. We got the Ohio State Buckeyes versus the local favorites, the Mizzou
The
Tigers.
the old Mizzou Tigers, MIZ. Oh, you forgot the
Huh?
important part. You forgot the important part.
Oh, the Ohio State University.
No, the ZOU part. I go
Oh, no.
MIZ, and you
Oh, you
go
could for the K-Mud
ZOU.
song. I
Yeah,
remember
right,
now.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah, the
that
one.
one.
Yeah,
That one.
I remember that. Okay, that's what they do out there. I just
Yeah,
thought
that's what.
K-Mud made that up. Hmm.
No, no, no.
Huh.
Long history, college. Almost
I
as
guess
long
we.
as the
I guess
Ohio
when you
State.
never win championships or even go to the
Mm,
playoffs, you never really
mm,
hear about these kind of things.
mm, mm. But luckily, we're both not in the playoffs, so we can
Woo. We
enjoy
can talk
this
about it.
game.
Yeah,
So we can talk
we
about it
can talk about it. Because yeah, next year they'll expand the rules. Because yeah, that the way they do things in college
because
football,
because
it's a
yeah,
travesty for a lot of teams. Like Florida State, undefeated, they get
right,
ousted because Alabama beat Georgia. Like it's just the crazy the politics. Like we lost, we were the number 2 seed. We lost to number 3, and they moved us all the way down to 7. Like that's crazy to me. We
right.
should have been 4 at the very least. Like how do we drop
Uh,
all up for one loss against the team who's
se-
directly behind us?
seven's about right. I think
Yeah,
seven's
I
about
bet
right.
it is. I bet
Yeah,
it is when you want to hate.
you,
Yeah.
you,
Uh-huh.
you realize you get it just a little bit closer to being Mizzou level. You're a
No,
little
no,
closer to
no,
our
no.
ballpark than you believe you
No,
are. But
see, like Samuel told Django, this is Candyland. We've been
mm,
here. We gonna always be here.
mm,
We like Alabama, baby. We don't go nowhere. We in the top
mm.
or it's top or bust. That's it. That's all it
I mean,
is.
well, you know what they say about Mizzou.
I don't.
Damn, I can't believe they're doing it this year. Uh,
Good man.
uh,
Oh goodness, but yeah, it should be a pretty good game though. I think Mizzou really does have a chance, especially since we're going with our backup quarterback because our main one, Kyle McCord, he hit the transfer portal and got on out of there, which I'm happy for because he was really holding the offense back, and I think he knew that he was going to get benched, so he went ahead and cut ties while he could. Um, but we'll see. We got a future 5-star prospect coming up. Um, I think that the world is going to be excited about it. It's going to set it on fire.
well, you're gonna need it if you don't want to play Mizzou.
Oh yeah, no, no, no,
MIC,
no, 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 no.
MIC.
Well, yeah, nobody want to do that. But yeah, we got him. He's coming. 5-star recruit. And the reason why I like him so much, he reminds me of a former quarterback that I used to love just by the nickname. But his name is Aaron Nolan. It reminds me of Aaron McNair, Steve McNair, dude. His
Mm,
highlights are fantastic. So we'll see, man. We'll see if my boy Prentice Aaron Nolan can come in and do it for us and take Ohio State back to the championship where we belong, baby.
right. Well, that's our episode for this week, folks. If you're on Rumble, keep hanging on. We're gonna play. We're gonna do some more stuff. Obviously, you guys know the drill on Rumble. We give you a little
Yes, sir.
extra, little extra all night long action.
Yeah.
YouTube folks, we love you. Shout out y'all. Hit the little like and subscribe, all that good jazz. And we'll look forward to seeing you all next week.
Oh yeah, coming at you fast. More content coming soon, Mr. KC. Till next time.